Welcome back to Pop's Reclamation Station. Good to have you with me again, and new subscribers, those are hanging in there with me. I'm up to 44 44 people now. Lots of views on my last one, which was good. So I just want to share with you some stuff that I just purchased at an online auction. I bought a number of boxes of pieces that had other pieces in them. They were just, some of it was junk, some of it was mixed in, like these here. These are some really early Tootsie Toys, cast ones. There's a couple in there that are half decent. The other ones are pretty broken up. And then there was a whole mess of, there's a Triang Army Jeep that's missing. That's a Triang Minic Toys. That's made in England. For those of you in England, you guys know that stuff. Then there was a bunch of Brooklyn toys in there, and looks like somebody was trying to make a lowrider out of it. You see that? And they chopped the roof. They didn't do a very good job, so I'm going to see if I can fix it up. Now these are incredibly heavy. I would say that weighs easily as much as a pound of butter. They were really heavy casting. Everything was cast. The inside was heavy cast, and the exterior. And just to show you, here's a pickup truck. So there's the casting on the pickup truck. Then the seats are all cast, including the steering wheel. It says Brooklyn models that were made here. It says made in England. And 143 scale. This is number 53. Chevrolet Cameo Carrier pickup, 1955. So that one I'm going to see if I can actually restore that. So then there was, this was made in Japan. This is actually in really good condition. Everything works on it too. The wheels, everything turns. It says made in occupied Japan. That would have been after the war. So you're probably looking at late 40s, early 50s for them. And this one is in really nice shape. This one will go on my Etsy site for sale. This little husky car that I'll probably send to one of you guys. This is the Cadillac El Dorado, made in Great Britain, and it's got rubber. Oh, I guess maybe they are just a plastic tire. They're just really worn. And it's be good for somebody's restoration. Then this one could be made in Germany or made in France. There were a number of tin cars that were made overseas sometime after the war and some before the war. This one works too. Everything works. I tested it out. The crank works. Paint job is pretty rough. I'm probably going to see if I can restore that one. Then I got this little dinky toy. The train goes with the Hornby train setups that Dinky did, and it was missing the tires. I just put some used tires on it. It was a bad paint job on the trailer. I'm probably going to redo that. And this was an early one in Meccano. That's the early version Dinky. Then I got a Dinky Hay Rake. Goes with the tractor. Goes with the Massey Harris tractors, and it's in good shape. So I'll go with one of my tractors. I got a number of them that I'm doing some minor stuff to. And this looks like possibly a Tootsie Toy. disc harrow. There's no markings on it at all. Anybody knows anything about those? Anybody seen those before? Just give me a little heads up in the comments. Be nice to know what that one is. And then I have this other one. That's big, as you can see, quite a big size. Don't know anything about it. There's no markings whatsoever. I haven't done any research to see if I can find anything on Pinterest or Google to figure that out, what it belongs to. But that would have been either attached to a tractor or a horse. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. More than likely a tractor. Now, when I was younger, I spent most of my summers, early summers, with my grandparents' farm, and I actually worked one of these with a tractor, and it would be a line from the tractor just to off beside my seat where I'm sitting, and I would operate the rake up and down, up and down, up and down, and make the windrows. I was probably about 14 or, yeah, I had to be about 14 at that time, just doing that. Then there's this one. It's missing a chunk off the side. It's got the trailer and everything. Really hard to come by. These were cast either in the UK or in the US. Could be a Barclay. I didn't do any research on that one yet, but that needs a little bit of work. But that's a rare piece with the trailer. I have never seen one before. And of course, you guys from Britain and the UK would recognize this. It says right there, made in England. This was 1930s, and I didn't know anything about it. And it says made in England on the bottom of the, right in there too. And it's got the litho, what they call it, tin litho writing on it, and how they did the wheels the same and all that, and everything works. It's got the key. It all works. Super rare. I did some research on these, and there's only I only found one more like this one in the UK. It was in Australia or New Zealand. Might have been. I think it was in New Zealand on Pinterest. And then this one I found. Couldn't find any information on this particular colored one. There was some Essel ones and a couple of other, the red ones. Now it is missing the back, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference for the value of it. Holds a very high value. There's a couple of them, the red ones. One is selling right now on eBay for $599 pounds. Did I get that right? Yeah, pounds. So that translates to what, 700, around 750 Canadian, I guess, something like that, maybe a little bit more. So this I'll probably put up on for sale on my site. I may keep it for a little while because it is super rare, and I like things that are super rare. And hold on for a little bit before I sell them off and let somebody else enjoy it. Like, it needs a good cleaning up. It's quite dirty, but I haven't got that far yet with that one. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's National Benzole mixture, 1930s. The oldest thing I have is a boat from the 1920s. right at the moment. So there's a few of the goodies, and then of course this was in one of the boxes too. This is HO car, and it is a Tyco. And these command, this is a Willys, and these command a pretty decent price for resale. People like the older ones, and some of these go up to, you know, $100. So, and I had a guy that about an hour from here that bought a number of my Tyco slot cars for me. Anything I've purchased in the past. So I may have to get in contact with him before we move. And that was all of what, pretty much anything that was of any value that I purchased. That was left in the boxes. Oh, and I got some. I didn't tell you was that I got. I think it's a Techno toys made in. I think they made them in Germany. They have tracks and tunnels and stuff. Just basically the tracks and the tunnels. No cars with them. But I'll hold on to them for a while and see if I can come up with some cars later on. And any of you that are in Ontario close by, I do have some train stuff for sale on Kijiji. Some Marx cars and some Lionel and some American Flyer stuff and some American Flyer track. That's on Kijiji. And right now that's where we're at. And I'm still working on the other little sports car, the 3 Series that I haven't shown that video yet, and I was having a little trouble with some of the paint. Either a problem with how clean how clean the body was when I washed it off and wiped it off, cleaned it up, or it's the reaction I'm getting from a certain primer and paints. I haven't quite figured that out yet because it's bubbling up on me and giving me some issues. So that was supposed to be a short video out and done in a week, and never got back to it. And then the soldier guy, in one of my other videos I've been working on, I was fixing the bottom, but the muffler exhaust stuff didn't work. So that video, I'll be showing you that video shortly too. So anybody knows anything about this big rake, put it in the comments for me. I appreciate it. And till next time, we shall be back. Okay, I didn't have much room on the bench when I was showing you the other things. This was the called Technofix toys, and they were made in U.S. zone Germany. I don't know if you can read that right there or not. There you go. And these were tin toys with either train cars or cars. This one probably had train cars. I sold a couple of them I've had over the years, and the last one I sold at auction, and it had the train cars and everything. This one doesn't. This has a bunch of track. It looks like this. It's all tin, but there's no names on them. It just says made in Germany, but it's pretty standard to find them. They all look about the same. So I got 3 tunnels. I got a whole bunch of flat track, round track. This expandable track came with it. So that I'll probably try to I'll hang on to until I get a couple of cars for it. And they don't, you know, they command a little bit of money, not a great deal. I think I might have made a little bit on the last ones I had, but it was a full set complete. This one is going to need a little bit of repair on a few spots. Some of the track's a little bent, but that's something that I can fix up once we get settled in our new place. And so I'm up to 44 subscribers. Anyone wants to continue subscribing for me and help me get up there, get my numbers up, would be appreciated. Appreciate all of the comments that I get. Thank you, viewers, who are checking things out. You know, comments are always good for us guys who are playing around with this stuff, and appreciate that. So that was just a little fill in there at the end, just letting you know what I'd gotten. Anyway, we'll go from there till next time. We'll be back with the 3 sports cars that I'm doing. This was supposed to be done already. They were supposed to take about 4 days and have everything done, and of course I had trouble with the paint, so back to the drawing board with those, trying to figure out if it's the primer. So I'm going to go to a different primer and try to match up the paint and primer together and see if that stops my issue with bubbling, and make sure everything's nice and clean. So I don't usually have that problem. Anyway, till next time, carry on. Thank you. Bye-bye.